Thanks for joining us. We are live at 5. We're ready to get your thoughts on some of the great stories we have for you guys today. But first, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a follow on Facebook. So that's where we post the stories and get you guys in on the conversation every weekday. We're going to kick it off right here. I'm here with Cheryl Preheim and Jennifer Bellamy. We got some really cool stories to discuss today. The world is a-changing.
Yeah, it certainly is. And as usual, we're blaming it on the millennials, right? So we're talking about restaurants here, and some people are saying that restaurants are having to go to ghost kitchens because they're having to downsize because people aren't going to restaurants as much because they're having their food delivered using Grubhub and Uber Eats and things of that nature instead. So they're like, we don't have to have as much space in our restaurant. We can focus on the delivery portion and aspect.
So the overhead's way less. You don't have as many
Way
wait
less.
staff, and you don't pay for the square footage of a regular restaurant. Interesting.
I could see some of those like community kitchens or like those community workspaces becoming really popular because you're just cranking it out and throwing it to a delivery driver. Why do you need to pay that? I will say that I am a huge fan of the delivery services. You just don't feel like going out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to get dressed and get all cute and go to a nice dinner, but the option to have some of your favorite restaurants at your house, like, and they come pretty warm too. I've had some really
Pretty warm. Warm and good enough.
You want it fresh. All right.
Cheryl,
I
have
can
you
see
used
that.
them?
I don't use it a lot. Other than pizza boxes, there's not a lot of delivery coming to my front door. It's interesting because it's a little more expensive. And there's something for me because I do cook so much for a big family. It's nice to go and make a mess somewhere else.
Yeah.
I agree.
like to make a mess somewhere else.
Treat
if I'm gonna
yourself
go
to
out,
the
do
whole
it out.
experience.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But also, you know the places that I find myself ordering from the most? The places with the worst parking. If I
That makes
don't
sense.
want to deal with your parking situation, then I'm going to go ahead and just get that delivered straight to the door. But there's like a lot of social media memes going around saying, to your point, you order something from a burger joint and it's $6.99. It's going to be $20
Yeah, exactly.
by the
Exactly.
time you get those fees on
That's a
there.
good
so
point.
you're definitely
Yeah.
paying.
So I posted this on my 11 Live Facebook page, and so this is what some of the folks were saying. Calvin said all of these meal delivery services are making people lazy and lazier by the day. That's his opinion. He says, I prefer to make my own meals in my kitchen.
There you go.
And so here's another one, and I think there was a trend on my page. I prefer to cook my own meals. If I do order food, I prefer to be able to see people prepare it. Too many nasty people are driving the delivery and eating out of your bags. And we did see
They
a
are
study
doing
not too
that.
long ago about
They
people
are
dipping
doing
in the
that.
bags.
We had
so-
that
You know,
story.
the expense is a big thing because we decided in our house 1 month, we don't actually eat out a lot or order in a lot, but we just checked it for 1 month to see how much money we were spending on food. And I was like, I can make a meal for 6 for $15 like that.
Yeah.
And it really made a difference. So it's about convenience or expense. And for our big family, I'm going to go frugal.
For the
usually.
single lady, I think I might be spending too much money on those delivery services.
Well,
I,
you're
I
gonna-
probably could save a few coins.
You probably could, but you could save money going to the restaurant too. You know, you go out and you get drinks and you
That's
make
true.
a night of it. And
Right.
It's interesting that it's changing the business model. I guess we'll see
yeah.
where it
Yeah,
goes.
whatever you prefer, there is something out there for everyone.
Exactly.
All right, so my story happens to be a little bit morbid today. Would you want to know if you were going to die within the next 10 years?
No.
Yes.
Whoa, I didn't expect that.
so.
All right, so we're split here. I guess I can break the tie and say absolutely not. So there is a blood test. Researchers in Germany discovered that with this blood test, they had about 44,000 people in this study over the last decade, and they were able to predict with an 80% accuracy if they were going to die over the next 10 years. And they put it up against, some common health issues, body fat, gluten and glucose processing, and so they put it up against these common illnesses if you were a smoker. And they say the point is so that if you get this information, you turn your life around and you get healthier and you can live twice as longer with this information. You say no?
I'd hope so. I just feel like it would make me feel like, what am I not going to get done? I'm envisioning you got 2 years left,
Yeah.
and it might not be that exactly, but I don't know. I don't know that I want to know.
I'm pretty extreme. I would go to, every time I get in the car, is this the day? is this it? I think my mind wouldn't be able to handle it in a healthy way with that information, but you want to know?
For me, it's about a mindset, because I'll tell you, there was a day we walked out of Children's Hospital, my son had open heart surgery, and we looked at each other and said, every day after this, we have to have this perspective. Like, nothing else really matters except embracing the life around you. But the further you get away from that, the harder it is. We all say we're going to have this perspective and we're going to enjoy our days, and we know life is short and tomorrow's not promised, but how often do we go through the routine, get stressed about things that don't matter, put our attention in places that are superficial, all those things. And I think this would force you to say, yes, I'm going to embrace this day. I'm not going to worry about that stuff, because I do know if that time's limited. Because that battle is so much harder than we think. We always say, don't sweat the small stuff, and then we do.
And I will say life experiences may change your mind about how you feel about that. Let's jump into some of the comments, what people had to say about this one. You guys are really talking about this one. Oliver says, no, the stress of thinking and knowing you will drive you and your family crazy. I'll pass.
Ooh, telling your family, that's a whole nother discussion.
That's a whole nother, like, I don't know. I might keep it to myself. I don't know about that one.
Right.
All right, and so this next one is pretty interesting, Cheryl. She agrees with you. India says, I'd like to know. I'm a planner, LOL. So you just be, setting your kids up for the rest of their lives, I guess. I don't know. You guys weigh in on my 11 Alive Facebook page and let me know what you think about that one. I'm going to say I'm just going to live day by day.
Yeah, it's true. Because if that study is not right, some people are going to be upset.
Really upset.
Real hard to
Much
get in
more
sooner than
research
later.
needs to be done on that, and the article says that as well. A lot more research needs to be done to really, really narrow it down.
All right, I opened up a can of worms today when I posted something on Facebook and said, I need your help. How do you monitor kids on social media? My kids aren't on social media yet, but my oldest is like right at that point where he might want to be. Woo, there's a good discussion going on, and it was all prompted by Alex Rodriguez, who used to play for the Yankees. He's, with Jennifer Lopez. So
popular lives.
Yeah.
A lot
he
going on.
said that his two daughters, 11 and 14, do not allow him to follow them on social media. So they said, no, Dad, you're not allowed to follow me. And so he said, okay. So what did he do? He created ghost accounts of people that he thought they would follow so that he can see it. And it started a whole conversation about, one, should your kids be able to say you're not allowed to follow me? Or two, how do you best keep your eye on teenagers on social media?
This kind of reminds me, there was a football coach who did the same thing.
Really?
He was tracking the players through a fake account. Oh. So, parents have been snooping since the beginning. I'm sure they're going to keep on snooping. Right. Now it's just on the phone.
Yeah.
I think it would be less of an issue the younger the child is. The older the child is, it'd be...
I hereby confess, I have a nickname in my family, and it is Spam. My little cousins, they are all in their early 20s. And since they went off to college, I have monitored their social media.
Good for you.
Yeah, and it's because in life,
a good auntie.
They just really live their lives, just living. And I'm like, there's going to come a time where what you post matters. And I want you to know that this could come back as you get ready to apply for those jobs after college. And I want to make sure you guys are making wise decisions. And so they have blocked me at certain times. I am currently unblocked. But yeah, and I think there is some part of them now that they have all graduated college and they're in their professional careers where they were like, wow, you saved me from really doing some things that I probably, would have posted if I didn't know that you were watching.
We have so many comments because parents have very specific rules and thoughts about this. So let's start with our first one. Dana says 11 and 14-year-olds don't need to be on social media accounts in the first place, and if they have accounts, it should not be up to them if their parents follow them. Who's this parent? Really interesting. These are young kids. It's like it's like the tail wagging the dog, right? So another comment coming from Michelle here. I actually really like the fake account idea. From experience, I can tell you that if you monitor them and they know it, they will sometimes create their own fake accounts to hide things. She has a point. That is sad reality, but we need to stay one step ahead of them to keep them safe. I think that's a very valid point about staying a step ahead. And then Lolly mentions, have open conversations with your children. If you don't have a good open relationship with your kids about what goes on in the world, they won't tell you about what they see and feel, and social media is never going away. So instead of banning it or being sneaky to spy on them, we as adults need to talk to our kids about it. I have people writing me about linking Facebook and Instagram accounts to the parents' accounts. So if you put yours down, you see everything they do. One dad installed a spy cam to monitor accounts. Another mom says, not only if they don't let me have their passwords and show me everything, if I go on their computer and they've cleared their history, they lose all access to technology. I mean, these are parents. I don't think, maybe as from the parents' perspective, I don't think they're trying to be controlling. I think they have a healthy fear of all that information and access that is now just a keyboard away from kids. It's a lot to deal with at any age, but you're talking about young kids who are learning independence and learning to make good choices, feel incredible amount of peer pressure. Middle school is the most insecure time. All this stuff is swirling around, and this is definitely striking a nerve.
It's
so
scary.
I want to know more, because I'm about having to make these decisions with my oldest too.
It's expensive.
Yeah, all
You
those
know,
gadgets
if you're getting all
and-
these gadgets and apps and things to try, and time consuming. If you're
Yeah.
sitting there going, kids are online all day.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
Dumpster diving through comments.
I guess if it's in the name of safety and you know your child, that is for sure.
Yeah, and age for sure. Keep those comments coming though. Interesting topics, all three of them. We want to know your perspective. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post every weekday. Follow us on our social media pages so that your comments can be part of our conversation. Thanks everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. I wrote the dad down.